Alright, and welcome to March. It's Good Friday now, Good Friday night, and it's lashing it down. It's bloody Easter and it's lashing it down outside. That's kind of been the story of March, to be honest. Well, it's been the story of since bloody November, but yeah, it's just rained non-stop. It has hampered us a bit, really, with the work I wanted to do around the lakes, but to be fair, last few winters, we've always taken a big sort of project on at Horseshoe primarily. I mean, last year we did the Winter Road Bank and the car park. Year before that, I think we did the 40s, and then we did the mound stock ponds and the swims up in the 50s and retarmac the road. Going back quite a few years to when we did the auto fence. So yeah, every winter we've taken on a big project, and kind of last winter I did promise myself we wouldn't do one this winter. We'd just concentrate on getting the little jobs that might, sometimes get ignored, sort of thing. So, yeah, I hadn't actually bargained on Ashmead. Then we have managed to get a few little jobs done. We've had to go in the stock ponds and checked up on the tench and whatever. Done a bit of tree work and a bit of snag removal, and we had a work party down at Ashmead a few weeks ago, and got quite a bit of tree work done down there. My thanks there to Justin and Trevor and Lee, Bill, Mike, and Nick. I'm dreadful. I always forget somebody's name, and I always get bloody told off afterwards. So if I miss you off, please forgive me. It's not on purpose. Yeah, thanks to them guys, and thanks to, as always, to Mark and Nick, two Carls, and Richie, Ada. Thank you to all them guys for helping us at Horseshoe over the winter. But yeah, I mentioned Ashmead. Most of you probably know what a couple of years ago we bought Ashmead, and prior to that we'd been looking for a lake for a few years, and buying a lake it's a bit like buying a used motor, if I can use that analogy, if I can use that. What's the bloody word I'm looking for? Analogy. Anyway, yeah, buying a lake, it is very much like buying a used motor. There's a few routes you can go down. You can get a nearly new one with a bit of warranty left on it, and you can get an older one that's been well looked after, or you can do what we actually ended up doing is buying a classic. If you imagine that Ashmead had been like a Mark II Jag, the Inspector Morse one. I kind of look like Ashmead's that. You sort of buy it and you polish it up, and you buy it because it's beautiful and it's got heritage and stuff, but you run it a while and it breaks down, and you run it and you patch it up and repair it, and you get to a stage where you either have to get rid of it or give it a full sympathetic restoration, and I think that's really where we are at Ashmead now. It's a beautiful lake, like I say, it's full of history and heritage, but it was going backwards when we bought it. I mean, I'm not blaming anyone out, but it was going backwards, and obviously it needed work doing, so we've sort of kept it running and patched it up, but I think this year sees the start of a sort of full restoration down there, and to that point we've already started. We've last 3 or 4 weeks we've had the embryo contractors down there ripping out the old otter fence and replacing it with a brand new one, and man, it's been a bloody nightmare down there. I've said it before, the Ashmead is clay, and with all the rain we've had down there, and the contractors have had 3 or 4 diggers down there, and it does resemble something from World War Bloody One. It's a nightmare. But I went down the other day, and the lads are almost finished down there. They seem to have done a good job with the fence. I think today was the day they were supposed to finish. They were backtracking out of it, sort of smoothing it all down. So I'm off down at the beginning of next week, and yeah, we'll see what it's like. But they've got the bloody work cut out down there. I'm telling you, it's. I've got some video of it, I'll show you that. But as with all the winter projects, you have to make things worse before they start getting better. And yeah, last time we went down there, we certainly made it worse. But I think we're on the making it better road now, and as well as a fence going up, we've got. There's never been any running water or electrics down there, so we managed to get that down there now. So there'll be drinking water there, and the electrics, although be useful for the anglers, for the lights and stuff in the kitchen, it's primarily for us, so we can sort of charge tools and get aerators running as and when we need them. But we've got the showers down there, which will benefit from the electric and the fresh water, and you've got drinking water down there. So yeah, that's another thing that we're on with. Like I say, we've had work parties down there. The lads have done a really good job this winter, in spite of all the awful conditions. So, but yeah, it's going to take time. I did watch a video on YouTube the other day, Matthew Collins, and I think it was entitled 13-Year Restoration of a Lake. So it was restoring this lake in France, and it'd taken him 13 years. And yeah, that's, believe it or not, that's not uncommon. It's restoring a lake. It's not something that happens overnight. It's certainly not something that happens bloody cheaply, I'll tell you that. But yeah, we're on with it, and we're sort of the first steps, and touch wood, it's going all right. We've got a few more plans down there, and kind of when I say restoration, I do mean restoration. I don't mean bloody changing it and everything. You know, if you buy a Mark II Jag, you don't put a bloody subwoofer in the boot there, and you won't put racing seats in there or out. So it is a sympathetic restoration I'm talking about, because it just needs freshening up, that's all. It's like I say, I think it was going a bit backwards, so it just needs freshening up and bringing back to life. And you know, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're aiming to do. So I'll be going, like I say, I'll be going down there next week, so I'll take the camera down with me and see how we're getting on. But yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. So, but yeah, so much for not taking on a big project. This one's probably been the biggest one of the lot, and you know, I am pretty sort of laid back about things, but I must admit I've had a few sleepless nights with this project. But what can you do? So anyway, that's probably about it for now on Ashmead. What I'll do, I'll leave you with a bit of video of some of the work we've been doing on our show, and a bit of a video of the breaking eggs before making the omelette down at Ashmead, shall we say. So I'll catch you in a bit. there you go. That's a bit of footage of a little bit of the work we've been doing at our show, and then the work I mentioned earlier about Ashmead. And as you can see, I weren't lying when I said it was something like World War One down there. It's pretty horrendous. I mean, I'm making out of it now, but yeah, it's been a task doing that. I'm glad it's bloody over with, but I mean, that's only the fence that's over. Like I've alluded to, there's a hell of a lot of work down there. If I read out a list of things we've got to do down there, we'd be till bloody doomsday. We've got to like clean all the lodge up and the toilets and the showers and paint them all again. The car park's bloody horrendous, and on and on and on and on. But yeah, enough about that. What is me? Yeah, onto the bread and butter fishing. Offshoots fish pretty well. There've been loads and loads of fish coming out, but they've been coming out sort of steadily there. You know, people are having a few, and I went in this morning and there'd been 330s out this morning, so I think a guy had a 37 common out. I think Richard had a 33 out, and Adrian had a 30 out, and I think there'd been a few other fish on, so it'll be interesting to see how it fish. But yeah, it's definitely fishing well, and it's probably only going to get better. I always say March and April are the best months down there, and this March hasn't been quite as prolific as last March, but I expect April to be a bit of a bonanza time in there, so you could do worse and get yourself down there. And yeah, talking about the fish, we'll probably call it a do now. I don't think I've got a right lot of what else to say, so yeah, I'll leave you with some of the fish that's been out in March on Horseshoe, and like I said, next week, Monday, Tuesday, well, it's Easter Monday, so it's probably Tuesday now. I'm going to go down to Ashmead, and yeah, that's where it starts. So, like I said, I'll take the camera down and keep you up to date. But yeah, I mentioned to someone the other day, we've cracked all the eggs, so it's time to make the omelette now, and let's hope it's a tasty one. Right, thanks for watching. If you could do us a favour, just like and subscribe to this channel. It's I don't fully understand it, but apparently it helps us, so if you can just do that. Alright, cheers, catch you later, bye bye.